Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for what's today, Friday? For Friday, January 7th. TGI Friday today, everyone. I appreciate you being here. We got a decent show today. We're gonna start off with typically we start off with the tech stuff today or on the show, but today we're gonna start off with some eInk stuff because there was a couple things that came down the pipeline for the Supernote that we're going to talk about. And I wanted to kind of get to those off the top. So just to get that out the way. So we're going to do eInk first today instead of the rest of the tech news. And then we'll get to the tech news in the end. I hope everyone's doing great today. It's a sunny day here in Philadelphia. We got sun today, which has been unusual for the week. So I'm glad to see the sun. It's always boosts the vibes. Sun always boosts the vibes. So I hope you got some sunshine wherever you guys are viewing me from today. And what else we got here? Happy National Periodic Table Day. I like to start the day off with talking about whatever national or international holidays going on. And Periodic Table Day, like, I'm a big chemistry buff, so I love getting into science and stuff. So, I mean, when I learned about how the periodic table was actually put together. Good morning, Greg. How's it going? Good morning. So when I learned how the periodic table was put together, it intrigued me. It was almost like prediction. Like scientists could predict what was going to go where from what came before or the elements that they knew before. And when I found out the periodic table was put together that way, that opened my brain up to all kinds of possibilities. So shout out to the periodic table for opening my imagination to what the possibilities are in science. So shout out to the periodic table, National Periodic Table Day today, National Bubblegum and Ballet Day today. We got National Ballet Day today and bubblegum. So if you got your bubblegum, go ahead and chew it. Thaipusam, Hindu festival today. Celebrated around the world. So if you're celebrating Thaipusam today, congratulations to you guys. Get your celebrate on. Good morning to everyone who's joining me today for the show in the chat. I appreciate you for being here. Right now we got CJ and Greg in here, but we get the airways going in a second. But I wanted to put out there a happy TGIF, everyone. Thanks for joining. I would have typically wrote something before now, but here we are. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me, whoever in the chat here. Like I said, today we got Greg and CJ. Let's get the everyone's going for those guys in the chat there. I appreciate you joining me, throwing yourselves out there. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you got some sunshine. What else we got here? I think we got through all the national holidays, and we did. Next up, as always, thanks to the viewers, thanks to the subscribers, thanks to the members of the channel. Thanks for Brian for popping up. We gotta get the air horn going for you. Appreciate you. As always, thanks to all you guys for making the show possible. I wouldn't be here if not for you guys, so thank you for joining me. Ways to support the channel if you're enjoying the content, views like what you're doing right now. Go ahead and throw the like up there, off the rip. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, right? I mean, it's going to be a good show, so just go ahead and like it. Comment and sharing and all that stuff. So anything in any way you do to support the channel, I appreciate you guys. As always, memberships is a great way to support the channel. We got members in here right now with the badges. I like the badges. We're going to get new badges. I've been talking about that and trying to come up with ways of designing it, and I think I figured that out. So we're going to try to get some new badges. And one more emojis. already got. I just have to add the emoji. It's the orange emoji. We're gonna put it in there. Access to member posts is what the members get, along with the badges and the emojis. Feedback is the valuable asset to that part of the equation there. Become a member, give feedback, and dictate where things go. Speaking of which, I'm going to put out a membership poll talking about later times for lives. I want to put live times out there periodically to kind of capture the people that are watching the lives at that moment to see when's best for them. So every couple months I'll do that. If I think it's about that time to throw another poll out there to see what time is good. I'm thinking later. We'll see though. What else we got here? Discord access. So we got a Discord, and we're in a Discord. I'm in there at least twice a day. I'm in the Discord chatting it up. I'm trying to be more responsive to Discord. My notifications weren't working for a while. We got them working now, and I got my watch back, so I'm getting notifications again. So Discord is a great way to engage with other people who are interested in what you're interested in. If you're interested in eInk, if you're interested in technology, we're there talking about it. So that's another thing to go with the membership. A website. Let's take a look at that. If you want to support, show support by going to the website, buying a T-shirt. I just sent out a couple T-shirts yesterday. So the people who bought T-shirts last week, they were sent out yesterday. You should be getting them soon. So we got white here and we got black. The black is due to the members. So like they pick that. So doing a live, no less. So support the channel by doing that. We got nibs and pins there as well. I'll be pushing those a little bit harder in another couple weeks. But we got those there if you are interested in those kind of things as well and showing your support in that way. So thank you to people who are doing it that way as well. As always, thank you to everyone who's showing the support to the channel in any way you do. And just by watching me, thank you. I appreciate you being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. And you probably are, but internetly, you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get to the next story we got here. Well, the first story. Actually, before we do, let's go to the chat real quick. eInk just joined, so let's give eInk the air horns. I appreciate you joining me. I just did recorded a video, eInk, and I name dropped you in there for a comment that you made once that has stuck with me ever since. I wanted it to be a surprise on the video, but I'll say it now. I've been thinking about a comment eInk made since she made it in the Discord not too long ago. Shout out to the Discord members. She was like, I collect use cases like Pokemon. That blew my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about it ever since that day. It's so true and so like apt and relevant. It's all about use cases, but we'll dive into that when I do the video. It's all about use cases. It's literally all about use cases. That's the interesting part about most of these things. So shout out to eInk, shout out to the Discord members. I appreciate you guys. I get so much information and I get schooled so much when I'm there. Big up to Mr. Media. Let's get Mr. Media the air horns. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Definitely. I'm definitely enjoying the Discord conversations. It's awesome over there. All right, so let's go jump into the first story we got here. So we got Supernote news to talk about, and the first thing I want to talk about is the price hikes. The price hikes. It didn't surprise me, right? But we're gonna read this. We're gonna get into it here. Supernote pricing update plan adapting to new U.S. tariffs is what it says here. Let me move myself out of the way. Can I do that? I thought I could. I can. Okay, there we go. So that's the story we're gonna talk about there. Super interesting stuff. So I listened to a podcast, and this is a conversation I want to have with you guys too, and just to get just to take the temperature of the people who watch the show, and how you feel about mixing tech and politics. It's like I try to stay far away from politics as possible, but in stories like this, it's directly related to tech and politics, like the tech that we personally love. In this case, being the Supernote, and politics being involved in this whole thing here. It's tough wanting to talk about tech these days and not wanting to dabble into the politics. It's tough. I gotta say, it's a fine line these days. It's with everything that's going on in the U.S. right now. but I'm trying to walk that line and not go into too deep into the politics. But you guys let me know how you feel. That's a conversation I'm up for having during this live to get some feedback on. Anyway, all right. So just to jump right into this here, Supernote pricing update plan adapting to new U.S. tariffs. Dear Supernote family, let's go ahead and enlarge this if we can. Can I enlarge this? I can. Oh, is it too big? All right, there we go. Okay. We want to share some important news with you that directly affects our beloved community in the U.S. And this, when was this post? This was 5 hours ago. Recently, the U.S. government removed the $800 USD exemption on imports of products manufactured in China and added an additional 10% tariff. This change has significantly increased our tariff costs for shipping to U.S., with rates now around 10% for devices and 18% to 40% for accessories, which struck me as odd that it will be increased for accessories, but there are increased margins in accessories. I do know that for a fact. Accessories cost a fraction of what you pay to make. So that may be the reason for the higher percentage on accessories. I don't know. Previously exempt due to their value being less than $800 USD. Now, that is something I thought was interesting because I read a story maybe on Monday or Tuesday that was talking about how the exemptions were being changed on duties. And we'll Greg says it depends on what your politics are. That's why I don't get into the politics, Greg, aka Gregory. That's why I don't get into it, because that is the next question. What are your politics? And that's, no one wants to dig into that. Like, so that's why I stay far away from it. But like, we have to touch on it a bit, right? Just to get through the story and kind of explain it. The Verge made a great video on that yesterday, on the $800 exemption, or were they talking exclusively or just about, they wouldn't be talking about just eInk, so never mind. I'll redact that question. All right, so if the Verge did a write-up, I trust the Verge's opinion and how they write up stories. I don't have to go and check that out. But this is what I know off this particular situation. So that $800 struck me, and I remember that being talked about on Monday or Tuesday because they were changing the price, the exemption cutoff for duties. It used to be if it was under a certain amount, you didn't get hit with a tariff or a tax for the duties, and that amount being $800. But now that's changed. So that change basically is dealing with this right here, the de minimis value, express shipment exemptions. So the de minimis, well, here we go. Let's jump into this real quick. This is just a really quick explanation of what that is. The de minimis, try to say that 5 times fast, value, as the threshold is known, varies from country to country. Items imported into the United States are subject to duty when the value is over 800 USD. In Australia, duty and taxes kick in after the first $1,000. In Canada, it's USD 20. In some other countries, it's USD 5. In Europe, the average is about USD 190. These numbers don't make sense, I gotta say to you. And this is the official website of the U.S. Trade Commission. That's all right. I don't know if you guys saw that, but let me. Okay, never mind. That was me. I saw something weird, but it's not weird. Okay. However, it may vary considerably when we're right here. However, it may vary considerably from country to country. Worldwide, 56% of individuals surveyed said they would buy more if the duties were reduced or eliminated. That opinion is shared by 8% of consumers surveyed in Latin America. Knowing which value applies to which country can help you estimate the landed cost. The full cost the consumer will pay, and you can communicate this price to the buyer. So this is a tax that's everywhere. It's not new, right? This is something that's been going on. It's been it's most things have been kept under that $800 threshold that's been set for the U.S., which is what they're talking about here in this particular section that I just highlighted. All right, so what do we got here? Don't do that. All right, given the current situation, why are you doing that? Oh, all right. Given the current situation, we are compelled to consider a solution, one that balances our commitment to providing you with non-compromising products without burdening you with excessive costs. After careful consideration, we have had to make the difficult decision to adjust our prices for the U.S. market once this policy is finalized and implemented. In the spirit of transparency, we would like to announce our price adjustment plan to you in advance, and we want you to know that a part of these increased costs will be absorbed by us. All right, goes on to say the Supernote. Let's go ahead and highlight this. Why? This haptic feedback is killing me, and it's an update that recently happened for Macs. And as soon as you try to drag and highlight something, the haptic feedback kicks in, even though you didn't release the thing. It's so odd. Anyway, the Supernote Manta devices will increase the price by approximately half of the tariff and bear the other half ourselves, which I think is honorable. Them taking or absorbing half of the tariff cost. The Supernote Nomad devices, due to their lower gross margin, we have to increase the price by approximately 80% of the tariff. Wow. And when they say this, half of the tariff, 80% of the tariff, what they mean is by the 10%, or if it's accessory, between 18 and 40% increases in duties and tariffs. All right, for accessories, we will split the tariff cost with you, resulting in a price increase of approximately half of the tariff. Okay, so they'll take half of the 18 to 40%. They're saying for the Nomad itself, there's an 80%. They didn't say whether they're absorbing half of that 80% increase. Yeah, they did. Okay, they do. So what they're saying is they're going to absorb some of the cost increase that they're going to put onto the customers, which is basically 10% for the Manta, 80% of the tariff or the tariff duty tax for the Manta or for the Nomad, and it's 10%, but they're gonna cover half of that 10% for the accessories. Yeah, that's super. That's admirable that they don't just say the consumer is going to have to absorb all of the cost there. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got CJ says how the tariffs will change the prices of Chinese goods including 800 exemption. Oh, that's what the video was on. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Your tariffs and the exemptions. So that exemptions wasn't initially a part of the tariff thing. That was something new-ish. It wasn't. I know it wasn't a part of the preliminary tariff talks. This reduction in the threshold. All right, let's get back to this Reddit note here. This is really. I really hate this. Can I can't even do that. It won't let me do that. Oh boy. Okay. Highlighting has just become a hassle or an ordeal. Like, it didn't used to be this much of a pain to highlight something. Anyway, these price changes are tentatively scheduled to be implemented after 3 days, which would be Monday or Tuesday. What we got? Monday or Tuesday, these price hikes are going to happen. Man, get your nomads now. I mean, you might be okay if you're buying a Manta because it's only 10%. But that 80% for the Manta? Whoo. You better buy your Manta before that takes hold. Please understand that this is not a final deadline. In the meantime, we will also be monitoring the policy changes and hope for positive shifts. We will keep you updated here. For those of you in the U.S. who have already placed orders, that haven't shipped yet, including the many pre-orders of the Supernote Manta, please rest assured that we will cover the additional tariff cost for you. Oh, awesome. That's cool. That's good. It sounds like they're doing the right thing here. It sounds like they're doing the right thing here. Yeah, it's time to buy a mouse. You know what? Oh, I lost a slipper. Okay. We're going with this. We're going to have to go with this, okay? That's what we're going to have to do. There we go. There we go. There. Oh, you can't even see that. There we go. I got the old man cursor going because I need it. I need it. All right. Here we go. We understand that price increases are never welcome news, and we want you to know that this decision wasn't made lightly. We're deeply grateful to for your continued support and understanding during these challenging times. Your trust in us and your passion for our products are what drives us to keep innovating and improving. Thank you for being a part of our journey together. We will continue to write, create, and inspire no matter what challenges come our way. With heartfelt appreciation, Supernote team. I thought that was cool. I thought that was an appropriate response to what's going on, especially absorbing some of the costs. You don't see that. You know that's not an American company. We would never do that. We would never. I'm just so happy that there are people out there who care about their customers still. Thank you, Ratta. I appreciate that. It sounds like they're doing the right thing, chat. What do we think? Greg said he just sold his Boox. He's thinking of a second Manta. Whoa. So what Boox device did you have that you sell, Greg? In Finland, there are no tariffs. Awesome. Yeah, this is just the U.S. thing. We're going through it. This is just a U.S. thing right now. That's how I see this. All right. So I won't dig into the politics of this. I wanted to show the de minimis value. That's an international trade order. But I don't want to get into like the politics of the whole tariffs and stuff. But yeah, I think they're doing the right thing. I think Ratta's doing the right thing for sure. All right, let's dig into speaking of Ratta and the Supernote. Yeah, I'm interested to know which Boox device you sold there, Greg. For real. All right, so let's get this down here. Oh boy, it's the wrong way. All right, so we got an update here from Ratta on the Supernote devices. Can we see that? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. My monitor just blinked out on me. I don't know what happened. It scared the crap out of me though. Okay, so Dr. Ling says, I feel valid for getting my Manta when I did. Absolutely. If you're trying to get a Nomad, you better get it now before that 3-day period is up. Because once those price hikes hits, it's gonna be crazy. 80%. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math on that. Can we do the math on that? Well, can we do the math? We need a calculator. Okay, this monitor is going out on me for what reason? I can't even fathom. We got 80%. What do we got? The Manta's what? 3? Let's see what we got here. Not the Manta, but the Nomad. So $300. So that's a 30. So they're gonna absorb $15 of that price hike. So I don't even know how to do the math on that. But that's 80%. So 80% of the price difference would be I wish I could do the mute for the because I want to ask Google what the price would be real quick. I'm gonna ask Google what this price would be. Let's see here. Can we mute? I don't know if we can mute me. Oh, I did mute me. So $24 is going to be the increase. It sounds like, because that would be 80% of the duty tax. I do not like Google Assistant. It's terrible. Like, it's almost a liability at this point to have Google Assistant. Like the home speaker thing, if you have one, turn it off. Like literally, it's a liability to have that thing on now. Because if you ask it anything, the first thing it says is, I don't know the answer to that. And then the second thing it does is follow up with the answer. I mean, it follows up with what it thinks is the answer. It's probably not even the answer though, but it follows up with something. Right after telling you, I can't answer that. Like, oh, I don't know what color yellow is. But on the site, colors.com, it says that color yellow is the color of yellow. Anyway, I think they should just replace the Google Assistant with Gemini. I think that should have just happened a long time ago. It's so good right now. The live function in this, they just need to just swap this thing out. They need to just swap it out. It's not worth having. Good morning, brother. How you doing? I'm glad you could join us, Mr. Larry Goodman. Let's get the air horns going for Larry. I'm just ranting about the craziness that is Google Assistant and Gemini. They need to fix it. They need to fix it. So we're looking at I think we're looking at a $24 price increase. It seems like for the Manta. So that if they're going to cover half of that, I mean, you're only going to see a $12 price increase. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can take that. Going to the chat, if I had more money, I'd hop on the Nomad. But I already have an Remarkable Paper Pro, Manta, and the Boox I'm trying to sell. Why is everyone selling their Boox product? I know I'm trying to sell the Note Air 4C. That's a piece of trash. But the Go 10.3 I think is the best thing in eInk. I mean, value. I mean, when you take everything in consideration as a package, it's a really good device. I'm just interested. Are people selling the Go? BM says they divided the store in Canada and Canadians cannot buy for use site. Canada has to go through Hong Kong. Oh, so they is this for the? Oh, this is probably for the Manta. They divided the store in Canada and Canadians cannot buy. Wow, so this is affecting Canadians too. Or maybe that's saving you the duties and the tariffs. CJ says 80% of the tariffs passed to the consumer, 20% paid by Ratta. Did I read that right or wrong? Let's look at that again. That's crazy. I thought they meant they had to raise the price to 80% of the tax. Let's take a look at that. The Supernote Manta devices, due to the lower gross margin, we have to increase the price approximately 80% of the tariff. Oh, I did read that wrong. So 80% of the 24 is like more like $20. Yeah, so so it's a $20 increase instead of 12. Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah, that raises the price to about $320, I think. Yeah. Larry says, my Google Nest Mini says, sorry, I don't understand, and then answers my question. That's what I'm saying. That's so crazy. And even when it answers the question, sometimes it's not correct. So it's a liability, the Google Assistant on the speakers right now. It's a literal liability. So yeah, my bad, everyone. So correction, you'd be paying an extra $20 for the Nomad with these proposed increases that Ratta's talking about in their Reddit post. Dr. Ling says, I'm selling my Go not because I don't like it, but because I have too many devices. Okay. And let's see, Dr. Ling says he has the Nomad, the Marco Paper Pro, and the Manta. Okay. I can see that. How you liking that writing surface on the Marco Paper Pro, Dr. Ling? BM says, for everything, no Canada is okay, no tariffs. Oh, so no, everything is okay in Canada, so no tariffs. Good to go. Good to go. I'm trying to make my money back from the Manta. I feel you. Listen, I feel you. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do with this Note Air 4C probably. I'm gonna take the money I make off of this and go buy the Tab Ultra C Pro. I'm hesitant to buy it because I know they're gonna release a new one sometime real soon. I'm super, and you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, I may just hold on to this until they do that. And then sell that to buy the Tab Ultra C Pro. That Manta, I mean it upsets me that I got $500 worth of kit sitting here that I never touch. Just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Dr. Ling says, I love the pencil-like scratch on the Marco Paper Pro. Also really enjoying the pen on paper feel on the Manta. Yeah, two different feels. I'm glad you pointed it out. Kit still really loves his Tab Ultra C. I know I'm gonna love it. I should have bought it a long time ago, honestly. Seems to be still better than the Note Air 4C. Absolutely. Like I said, I know I'd have buyer's remorse if I sold the Note Air 4C to buy the Tab Ultra C Pro now, and then like a month or two from now, they released a new one, and then I'll be upset. That's what they did with the Tab Ultra C Pro. 6 months after the Tab Ultra C, they released the Tab Ultra C Pro. And we're talking, and they released the Tab Ultra C Pro over 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So I know one's coming. They don't care about writing feel. Only Supernote cares about that. Well, I mean, maybe they're caring a little bit now, but that definitely used to be the case. Supernote, wow. The Supernote platform just does a better job of it at this point. I mean, I said at this point. They've just always done a better job of it. Other companies are trying to catch up. Onyx is not catching up, but they're definitely making strides in the right direction with the feel. Because I actually like their feel now. I wouldn't prefer it over the Supernote feel, but because I like that pen on paper. I like that feel. All right, so let's get into this Supernote here. So this Supernote update happened here, and just to get on some other Supernote news, and I wanted to just go over the notes from the Supernote update. So as we got here, let's see, do we have a pen we could use? Let's do this one. So as we got here, this system upgrade will optimize the handwriting stroke effect. I think this is something that already took place, right? This is just a reminder maybe. In the note, document, and calendar apps for all versions prior to the, I don't know how to pronounce that, Chavette 3.20.30 version. It enhances smoothness of the handwriting strokes by processing each stroke individually. I love that effect. I've been using that for a while, and it looks really good. So I really appreciate them doing that. It's cosmetic, but it feels like more substantial. So adjusted note and document and calendar adjustments to the smart straight line feature include change the angle for horizontal and vertical snapping from 5 degrees to 3 degrees. So maybe that's the angle in which it'll snap at now. Give you a more acute angle as opposed to a more obtuse. I used obtuse for the first time in like 10 years the other day. I was like, wow, I'm surprised I even still know that word. Why was I even talking about it? It was funny. I want to talk about why I talked about obtuse, but I can't remember now. But it was hilarious. I'll think of it later. Reduce the wait time for stroke and snap into straight line during continuous line drawing. That's awesome. I'm glad they did that because that means it'll actually register when you're trying to do it better than what it was before. Before, you would draw a line and it wouldn't register sometimes what you were trying to do. That wait time, I think, will help that. Optimize. System added support for this. Added support for the system file picker. And this is the big thing here, allowing access to files in third-party apps. I think that's big. Even for someone who doesn't use third-party apps like that, I think that's super important just to have accessible the files that you're using in other apps, which is why I like the Files app on the Android devices. After returning to the global search results screen, it will retain the last search results instead of rerunning the search. Oh, so it kind of like it will remember the search. That's okay. That's good. That's super helpful. In case you pick the wrong file, or there's tons of reasons you would want that information to be there when you go back. Right? It's just smart. Have it there, even if you don't need it. You can always go and change the query. Right? Yeah, that's just smart. That's just smart thinking. Settings added the auto refresh feature. To enable it, please go to the settings, display, and input. Auto refresh feature. So I just did a eInk Center video, and we gotta talk about the corrections on that video. I jumped right to Supernote. I overlooked the corrections. We need to get to that. But one of the things I talked about in that video was the ability to have it auto refresh in certain situations that you want it to auto refresh in, so you don't have to do that yourself. And I think this is awesome. This is like kind of like that, but better because it's probably less complicated. Let's check it out. All right. Ooh, wrong one. All right. So I want to go see this now. Go to settings, display, and input. Settings. Let's try it. Let's try it again. Settings. Oh, we're already in the settings. I think that even if you click settings and you're not at the base settings home screen, I feel like it should take you there. I don't feel like that's an unreasonable expectation. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there we go. Auto refresh. It doesn't give you a... Okay, so the first problem I have with this is that it's auto refresh, but it doesn't give you a timer. You dig? It don't give you a timer to say, how often would you like it to refresh? Do you need it every hour? Every minute would you like? Or would you like it to refresh whenever you turn the page? New page refresh. Or a tap count refresh. I would take any one of those. All 5 of those preferably. But any one would do. You know, I would take any one. We get nothing. We get nothing right here. So I think we need at least one more option here. As soon as you click the auto refresh to on, I think another option should pop up down below it that says one of 5 things. How often would you want it to refresh? How many inputs would you like before a refresh? I said 5. I only have 2. I can't even think of 3 other ones. So, but you get the point. We need another option here, I think. I feel like that's something we should do. Okay, let's get back to these. All right, here we go. All right, under fixed, we have fix the issue where the target note could become abnormal when copying a note page from an existing note and pasting it into a target note using a custom PDF file. Okay, let's read that one more time. That was, okay. Fix the issue where the target note could become abnormal when copying a note page from an existing note and pasting it into a target note using a custom PDF template. That's specific as crap. Moving on. Note, fix the issue where the handwritten strokes occasionally fail to refresh excuse me, and display promptly. I've encountered that myself. Note, fix the issue where handwritten notes were occasionally not saved when turning pages immediately after writing. I never encountered that, though. That's terrible. For the digest, we have fixed the issue where annotations did not display correctly when exporting those that were restored from Nomad on Manta. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is kind of like a syncing issue here between the Manta and the Nomad, information not showing up the same. Search. Fix the issue where the Korean handwriting recognition results couldn't be searched. Okay, that's awesome. All right. The big thing for me here is the auto refresh and the file picker. The global search thing is cool. Actually, all the optimizations are cool. All these optimizations right here to me are the cool part about this update. I mean, the smart line being fixed is good too. This is the big thing for me right here though. The optimizations. Chave. Oh, CJ says it's Chave. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So Chave. All right, so that's the Supernote update. I'm gonna play with that. I might do a video on that. I'm gonna play around with that and check that out to see how well the line snapping works and what that angle difference means. That would be interesting to know. All right, so we're done with the Supernote. One of the things I wanted to talk about, let's get to that real quick, is a couple corrections that I want to make for the eInk video that I put out. And let's get to here. And I wanted to show one of the comments that I had talking about a couple corrections. So let's kind of jump into that if I can find that here. Oh, there we go. I have a couple that I need to respond to as well. Okay, let's see here. All right, there we go. All right, so it was by The Rock. The Rock. So I appreciate The Rock commenting on the video. Really appreciate it. All the feedback I get, I super appreciate because no one knows everything, and the only way we like get better at stuff is if you share information. That's just the human way. Sharing information. And that's what happens here. So I put out the video and my assumption was there are a few settings that didn't work. Because I hadn't tried an app or a web page that worked. I still say my logic is sound in that why would your stuff not work in your own browser and on your own web page? That's just anyway. I just think that that's a huge misstep for someone making a device. It's like Apple having features for a browser and an app of theirs that they're created on their device, but the features didn't work when you use them. That's crazy. So anyway, I think that they should definitely have these things working on their own apps, on their own devices, or on their own site if they're going to have these options. Else, like, why are other people encouraged? I'm saying why are other people encouraged to use them? No one is encouraged to use them, I guess, in the way that the Apple development community would be using tools, because no one's making apps specifically for Boox devices, I don't think anyway. So I guess it's different in that way, but still, I feel like it should work. If you have the option there, it should work on your own stuff. That's my take on it. But it doesn't work on their stuff, but it works on other people's stuff. So that's what this is about. The Rock says, hi, Rod. Image smoothing seems active. Let's get this bigger here. Hi, Rod. Image smoothing seems active in an app like Kindle when reading a picture-heavy book like a comic book. Thanks for the pointers. So it looks like these things are in a comic book. I'm not being picky. I'm not. He said, thanks for the pointer. So it looks like the Kindle app is one of those apps, and I pinned this particular comment thread to the top of the video. So anyone looking at the video can this will be the first thing they see when they go into the comments to kind of see what corrections I've made. But what I'm thinking about doing is putting a comment thread up there for myself, just for the corrections, like no comments, just corrections about what was mistaken in the video. But it turns out that it's not a lot. I thought it would be. I said it a few times in the video. If anybody has any information about what apps these work in, please let me know. And people let me know, and that's what I wanted. So and I said, awesome, thanks for that. Gonna pin this comment all about use cases with this stuff. Like, we just said it was eInk and the use cases. It's all about use cases. And big up to. We're gonna do the air horns just because we got them here. Oh boy, that was terrible. Big up to Mr. Mike. But yeah, so he also followed up with no worries, 2 more. In some apps, I can see it in Feedly. Other color optimizations, web page text color, and darken hyperlinks, and web page text size does increase the font size. These must be app dependent. And more options on refresh modes seem to work on both normal and Regal. You can test by setting the drag to refresh time to 5 seconds, works in Regal. Okay, so one of the things I said in the video is that because they had at the bottom of the screen that some of the options I was talking about didn't work in Regal and normal refresh mode. They only worked in normal refresh mode, and I thought only that bottom option worked in both normal and refresh because it was mentioned at the bottom. So that was the assumption I made. But there we go. So that part I took out of the video. So as it stands right now in the video, if someone were to look at it right now, they wouldn't even see that part of the video. It would just skip from me talking about those things. And then I totally skip over the comment I made about it not working in Regal and normal, only in normal. So that's been corrected by just taking that portion out. So we made that correction in video. One correction I couldn't make was the Feedly app. And I tried to find a way to kind of input that in there, but there was no way to kind of input a comment into a video after it's been made and uploaded. That'll have to go in the remake that I do of the video. But as far as this goes, some of those options will be available to you, and they do work in an app like Feedly if you use Feedly for your news feed. Is Feedly RSS feed as well? I didn't download that app. That was the first time I had heard of it, but I'm definitely going to take a look at it. Other color optimizations, web page. So all of these things will work in particular apps. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the corrections I wanted to make. In my reply, okay, I'll do a redo. Definitely going to be a must. I'll take all this and add it to the redo. I want to be as accurate as possible in all of the examples. With all the examples I can muster, greatly appreciate it. Actually, I think I might start another pinned comment just for us to add settings and apps that do work together. Or when I took out the part stating that the settings only affect the normal mode. That should work for now until I can circle back on this part in my Boox series. Thanks again for all of your input. That was what I wanted to correct on there. So there was a few corrections on the eInk Center video, but there's only one I couldn't do anything about, which is basically the web page settings not working in web pages. They do work in some web page, some apps and web pages. Even though it says it's a web page thing, Feedly is an app and it works in the app. So maybe they need to relabel it. I don't know, but regardless, that's something that I will correct and hopefully pin to the top of the video. So anyone that's viewing the video can see it. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. We got Brian says, I'm waiting for the 4.0 upgrade for my Tab Ultra C Pro. Is it? Yeah, they put updates out in waves. So it's really touch and go when they do these things. So I'm waiting for that too. But like I said, I'm skeptical. I want to go get the Tab Ultra C Pro. I really do. I just don't want them to release an update next month. that's my fear. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'm going to hold on to the Note Air 4C until that happens. That'll be the Note Air 4. That'll be the trade I make. Give me the Ultra C Pro. I'll give you the 4C. That's what I'm doing. Ignore this Pittsburgh Cup. I am not a Pittsburgh. Oh, I guess I kind of am by default now. All right. What else we got here? We have wireless charging eInk. Like I said, we're going to do the eInk stories up front. So we got wireless charging eInk today. I thought we did. Okay, here we go. So this is coming from Tech Radar. And they're talking about a color eInk display where we're everywhere at CES. This is a CES product that they're talking about that I did not see. This is the weird thing. Wait. This is the weird thing about CES. Is that, and well, this is the weird thing about CES and eInk. Is that there were eInk things being shown that weren't coming from like particular eInk in particular companies. Like that had highlighted a company that does eInk, and it was an eInk company that had a couple of frames. But it was weird how eInk was like shown at CES. It's a very odd experience with eInk at CES. It was here, it was there, but no one was like really showing it off like that. That wasn't the primary thing. It was like, oh, we make cars, but we also have this watch that has an eInk display. If you want to take a look at that, like what? It was situations like that. So anyway, this is a wireless charging display essentially. It's coming from a company called WeCharge, and essentially, this is just can we get this? There we go. Essentially, this is an eInk display that has conductive charging, like Qi. Oh, it's not QU. Oh, induction. My bad. Okay, I knew it sounded weird coming out of my mouth, so I had to just make sure I was okay on that. Not conduction, induction. All right, there we go. So yeah, so not only I mean, obviously we know that eInk displays sip power, right? They're just really low power devices. But when you mix that with being able to like wirelessly charge something, that makes it a super interesting and compelling combination of things. I thought that was super interesting. Let me see the use cases, because it's all about use cases. WeCharge had a wireless powered toothbrush holder and an Xbox controller on show, though these turned out to be prototypes rather than actual products. Why would you need an eInk display in the well, the toothbrush maybe. Xbox though, makes no sense. I thought this was an interesting story. It just kind of illustrates that people are doing different things with eInk displays, and they're trying different ways to power these things. Especially, I would love to see a solar powered eInk display. Super low power display. Solar power trickles energy, but who cares because eInk doesn't use a lot of power? I think that would be a perfect combination. This is interesting, but I think it's a stepping stone to the real thing, which is solar powered eInk displays. I think that's the thing. That's going to be the wave. That's going to be the wave. All right, next thing we got here is going to be the AirTags. There were some AirTags also. These were also at CES right here. But these are AirTags with eInk screens on them. Just trying to bring some eInk screen information out. You never see it in the news. I'm like, I saw this. I'm like, okay, we got eInk news? It's not from the big three? Let's do it. But these are basically going to be tags, like device tags, where you can locate your devices, like the AirTags. This is coming from Notebook Check here, and they're basically, let's see what section I was reading down here. All right, so price and availability. Photo tag is currently being funded on Kickstarter. A single photo tag can be pre-ordered for $29. And like I said, these are just basically trackers with eInk displays on them. And the displays display information like your name, your picture, a QR code. Maybe your information could be on a QR code, or maybe the QR code could take someone to your information. So that's kind of what this is about here. It's just putting a low-power screen on like device finders. I wouldn't need this on a device finder though. Luggage, maybe, but then you got to worry about someone stealing it because it's a screen on it, or it just breaking with how people treat luggage when you're going through the airport. So I'm not sure if this would be a valuable thing to have, but it's just another product highlighting eInk displays. Not useful for me. I don't think it's be useful for most people, but it shows that they're trying. There are companies out there putting themselves out there with eInk displays, and I think that's awesome. Just more adoption, I guess, is the point here. More adoption. All right, so the next thing we got here is BigME. Now, the BigME phones, I never was interested in them. They didn't look all that good. What do we think, though, chat? Let's go to the chat real quick. See what you guys are talking about. Mr. Mike says these are not browser devices. You're being too picky. This is in response to the Boox device. It's a browsing device when you have your own native browser on the device. Once you do that, all bets are off. You're a browser now. It's a browser device now. I'm willing. Wait, there we go. Don't get the Tab Ultra C. It's not as good as the Note Air 4C. What? Mr. Mike, are you serious? Why would you say that? The colors are going to be better because it doesn't have that film. So that's one. It's more powerful, so it's going to be speedier, which is the draw for me. I don't want the new age ghosting. I'm not with this new age ghosting thing. I'm just not. I'm so over the new age ghosting. It's not even something I won't even get used to. I'm not with the new age ghosting. I'm so old school when it comes to that. Mojo Soul, your bus stops have solar powered eInk. Oh, our bus stops have solar powered eInk. I saw a story. I actually just showed that on a live like 2 months ago when I was talking about industrial uses for eInk displays. That was one of the pictures that was showed was bus stops, which I thought was fabulous. I thought that was a fabulous use. Sheen says, I am getting one of those tags. I lose everything. I have AirTags. I don't even use the iPhone. Like I have an iPhone and it's just an old iPhone just for my AirTags. Like the AirTags are so useful. Quick story. I have a bag. It's this bag right here. Now this bag, I can't show you where the AirTag is at in this bag, but this bag has an AirTag shoved in a crevice where no one will ever find it, hopefully. Because one day, and this is what prompted me to go get AirTags. One day, this bag is typically filled with camera gear. I don't think there's anything in here now. There's hand sanitizer in here now. So that just shows you how long it's been not used for camera gear. But I love this bag though. But this bag has, I put all of my my action cam stuff in here. So all my Insta360 GoPro stuff goes in here. And one day I had like all my Insta360 stuff in here. I had my, did I have drone stuff in here? No. It was just my Insta360 stuff, but the total cost of everything that was in here was like a couple grand. Like this bag held like a couple grand worth of camera gear, and I lost it. Like I lost it one day and almost lost it. Like I called work and was like, "Oh, did you guys see my bag that's there?" I was like, no, we haven't seen your bag. The bag was at work. I just didn't take it with me. And when I called work, they were like, "Oh, we haven't seen your bag." They didn't even check. I was a wreck for 3 days. I called out of work. I was distraught. Like $200 is a lot of money to me. So when I save up $200 to buy something, it's like, oh God, that hurts. So anyway, I go to work after being distraught for 3 days. Find my bag sitting right where I left it on the coat rack. I must have cussed out everybody in that building that day when I got back. It was, I was so upset. Anyway, that day, from that day forward, AirTags. I shoved the AirTag in every bag that had camera gear. I bought the key loop that would house the AirTags, put that on the keychain. I wasn't playing. I went and bought me a wallet that had the slim AirTag that looks like a credit card, but you slide it in your wallet and it tracks it. Listen, I was playing no games. Nothing was ever getting lost again. And I haven't lost anything since. You know what's weird about that though? What's weird about that is I bought a wallet. I don't know what it's in my jacket. It's too far away. I bought a wallet, a Peak Design wallet. And I guess I'm going into this because I bought the wallet thinking that I could slide this Bluetooth thing in there to track the wallet. I was like, oh, it's a nice wallet, snaps, it's a nice discreet wallet. It'll fit the tracker in there, cool. Doesn't. I've never lost that wallet since I put the tracker in. Before the tracker was in that wallet, I lost it all the time. Put the tracker in, haven't lost the wallet since. And I've dropped the wallet. But every time I go and try to find the wallet, it's always where I dropped it. And I think that's because it's unassuming looking. The wallet just doesn't look like a wallet, so no one thinks, oh, that's a wallet sitting there on the ground or wherever I lost it at or whatever the case. Have an unassuming wallet. That's a good defense. That's a good defense. Okay. All right. Moving on. So I'm interested in this phone only because I'm interested in a small device that has an e-ink display that I can write on. You can't write on this display. So it's of no use to me. But I think that things like this is a good stepping stone for devices like that. I think if devices like these become more mainstream, we will get a small device that you can write on the screen with. I think we just have to go through this stage right here to where we're getting devices that don't have it. But it's good that they're making the small ink devices into phones, which is I think we talk about this all the time, but which is what I think they should do with the Palma, for sure. So Sheen says we need this Ninja wallet. Let's go to the chat real quick. CJ says those tags look great in Japan. I'm not worried about anyone stealing it. Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, it all depends on where you're at. In America, you can definitely guarantee someone's at least going to think about taking it. They're going to at least consider the possibility that it could be taken. She says, I am just glad that the e-ink phone is more reasonably priced. Yes. Like I said, I think we just have to, we got to go through this as an industry, right? I think that's what the point here is. She says, I completely understand, right? I have about 10 AirTags between me and children and my parents. I bought them all and attached them all without asking. So far, nothing has been lost and no one complains. Yeah. And you know what's cool about it too? You can hit the button and it makes a sound and you can kind of hear it and find it where it's at. I love AirTags. I haven't lost anything. Like I used to lose so much stuff. Like I haven't lost anything in about 5 or 6 years now. I used to use wallet, keys, phone. Like Well, I think I still lose phones, but I haven't lost a phone in a while either. But yeah, like bags and stuff, I never worry about now because all my bags have. I have like, I'm the same. I got like 10 AirTags around on all kinds of things. My one wheel has an AirTag shoved in it. Like I don't play no games now. Sheen says I come apart when I lose my tech. I do too. I was undone. It was Roderick undone for sure. The wallet though was let's take a look at the wallet real quick. It's so weird that I've had this wallet. I've never had a wallet so long that I needed to replace it because it was starting to look old and frayed and stuff. I've never had a wallet that old. But I've never had to replace this wallet. I've replaced phone cases and not have had to replace the wallet because the wallet is a part of the phone case system. All right, let's just go to it. So this is tech related. I'm gonna show you guys the company that I rock with for all of my bags and mobile tech stuff. And this is a company right here called Peak Design. Peak Design to me makes the best mobile stuff. Cell phone car holder, the best. Wallet, the best. Phone case, the best. Camera gear bag, the best. I just think that they make the best stuff. Like, if they make it, I buy theirs over anybody else's. Anyway, so this is this is the wallet though. And they name their stuff so awesome. I love the way they name their stuff. Their wallet is just called the mobile wallet. You know what I'm saying? Apple would have called it the magic, terrific, transparent, sprinkled with pixie dust, unicorns carry this wallet around wallet. That's what Apple would have called it. They wouldn't have said unicorns carry this around wallet. They would have unicorns carry this around money carrying case holder thing. They would have never said wallet in the name. But I love the way they name their stuff. So anyway, this is what I have right here, the mobile wallet. I bought the one with the stand because I like, oh no, here it is right here. I didn't even have to go. All right. So yeah, you know what? Here we go. So this is, I didn't realize it was stuck to the back of my phone. This is the phone, and I love the way their stuff wears too. It's made out of a canvas-y material, and it shows signs of like wear when you're using it, and it gets torn. It's just nice. It wears but doesn't tear. It's like denim. It's awesome. But not. It's vegan. All of their stuff is vegan. No leather stuff. Anyway, so I've never had a wallet for so long that it starts to just fray and become to a point to where I'm like, dude, it's time to get another wallet. It's just time. I love this wallet though. It has like a little kickstand. I mean, it magnetically attaches to the phone. And so it's a kickstand as well, so you can turn it this way and have it sit. You can turn it this way and have it sit if it wasn't being plugged up right now. So I love this case and the phone. This little thing right here keeps it on like bikes and things. It's just awesome. And it's really, it's awesome. It's awesome. Anyway, the wallet. I've never had a wallet for so long that it starts to like look like it needs to be replaced. I usually lose it long before I get to this point with wallets. Long before it starts to ever fray or look like it's been used at all. Someone's already got it. I've already gifted it to someone else. Here, they probably had money in there. I definitely gave someone a gift. The money that was in it and the wallet. So anyway, I love this thing. So I've had it so long that it's starting to fray. I need to get a new one because it's not, like I said, this thing, it's a bend don't break situation with Peak Design. And they have a lifetime warranty. If anything would have ever happened to their stuff, you just send it back, they replace it. Lifetime warranty on this. Anyway, I've taken advantage of it at least once. So, yeah, it's an awesome design. They build quality stuff over there at Peak Design. And like I said, this wallet is so unassuming. So when I drop it on the ground or whatever, and it's super small. When I drop it on the ground or whatever, and it's dark colored, so that probably helps. I always go back to wherever I was and find it. No one's ever picked it up because it just doesn't look like a wallet. I love this thing. I love it. Anyway, it does have a tracker in it, but I've never needed it because it's so unassuming. And like I said, I haven't lost this thing since I bought it. This thing would never look like this if it was any other kind of wallet. But anyway, this thing has been dropped in the Atlantic Ocean. Like, it's gone through the ocean salt. Good. I've gotten hit by a car on the one wheel. Phone fly out of hand. This thing scrapes on the ground. It's under the car. Got run over. It's still here. I love this thing. I love stuff that just keeps on ticking. All right, I'm done. That was a long rant. I've gone for a long time. So we'll end that there. Yeah, appreciate that. Lots of pre-owned on their site too. Yes, and they have pre-owned stuff on the site because they take stuff back. And what they do is, if your stuff is getting too old, it develops a hole or something. If they can refurbish it and resell it, they do that for a discount. Even just some of the stuff people want to get a discount on new tech, they take those in returns too. So they have a lot of programs, and they're big on recycling, which is another reason why I like Peak Design. They make great stuff. Go check them out if you need bags or mobile tech of any kind. Definitely give them a check. They're worth it, believe me. All right, so moving on. What else we got here? We did the BigME HiBreak. Yeah, we did the BigME HiBreak. All right. eInk Corp Partners with MIT Solve. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. I did want to see that video. You know what? Let's take a look at that video of the HiBreak before we end this. How long is this video? It's a minute 13 seconds. Here we go.
We have created
no, my bad. This is the eInk tracker video. Let's check it out.
the most powerful tracker ever made. Surprisingly, it also features a color ink display. You can upload your favorite standby images. The ink display doesn't use any power, so it can keep tracking for a full 10 months. It supports both Apple and Google search features, making it accessible to almost...
Well, I mean, 10 months. The Apple AirTags give you a year, so. But I guess the thing is, you can recharge this, whereas the Apple AirTags, it's a battery replacement situation. I'm not even sure if you can replace the battery. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can. You can take the back off. My bad.
Almost all smartphone users. You can tracking whatever you want.
That's actually kind of clutch for a dog collar or a cat collar, though. Low key, that's definitely kind of clutch for a cat or a pet. I like that. Use cases. See? I might need to do a whole use case video. Just call it use cases. Because that's what all of this stuff is about. Ooh, my
Hello.
bad.
My name is Jessica.
Okay, Jessica.
You can also customize and save a contact info page, so the finder can get in touch with you right away.
Okay, so that's a lot smaller than what I thought it was. And the pictures, it look bigger. That looks super small. Now I'm interested.
With an IP68 waterproof rating, you can use it
I like that too. I definitely would not use that as a luggage thing though. There's no way. Not on the outside of my luggage.
confidently in any environment. And despite all these powerful features, it's priced the same as other trackers.
All right. Okay. I'm interested now. Okay. Good deal. I like that. I'll take that. All right. Do we have a video here? We don't. Oh boy. Oh, we do. How long is this video? Oh, no, we can't do 4 minutes. But yeah, that I think is cool. I'm interested in the eInk screen tracker now. I think that's good. All right, so this next story comes from whoa. This is the TMT Newswire, Global Newswire. I tried to find a more reputable source here, but this is a pretty good tech publication though, or a pretty good tech story though about eInk. So eInk partners with MIT Solve to launch innovative prize for a global challenge. So let's go down here and look at what MIT Solve is. So Solve is an initiative of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology with a mission to drive innovation to solve world challenges. Solve is a marketplace for social impact innovation. Through open innovation challenges, Solve finds incredible tech-based social innovators from all around the world. Solve then brings together MIT ecosystem and a community of supporters to fund and scale these innovators to help them drive lasting transformational impact. Join Solve on this journey at solve.mit.edu. All right. So that's what the program is. And it looks like eInk is partnering with MIT Solve in their next competition, which I think is cool. eInk getting involved. I mean, they have a mission already of using people using their technology to better the world. So they already have that as a mission statement. But this is like an example of that being put into practice, right? Them actually partnering with institutions like MIT in their Solve initiative. I think this is just, like I said, I wanted to highlight this to show physical, I guess, indications that eInk is living that mission that they have set out for themselves to change the world with their technology. And this is one of the ways they're going about doing that. eInk, the innovator, pioneer, and global commercial leader in e-paper technology, announced today its collaboration with MIT Solve, an initiative of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology with a mission to drive innovation to solve world challenges. The eInk Innovation Prize will award up to $300,000 over the next 3 years to teams helping solve the world's most pressing issues. This partnership with MIT Solve underscores our commitment to leveraging e-paper technology, and this is coming from the CEO of eInk, Johnson Lee. To address some of the world's most pressing challenges. We believe that by supporting innovation, we can make a significant impact in global issues and drive sustainable change. And I think that's great. I think that's great when a company, puts their money where their mouth is, in a sense, and shows proof that they're living their mission statement. Always good to see. Always good to see. All right, so next story we got up here is Apple, a new Apple app. So I'm going to just rush through these last few stories here. But we can have a new Apple app, Apple Invites. And I'm not exactly sure. Like I heard about this on a podcast, like briefly. So I didn't get the whole rundown of it, but I thought it was super interesting that Apple has a new native app. So let's dig into this a little bit. Apple announced today Apple Invites, a new app for iPhone that helps users create custom invitations to gather friends and family for any occasion. With Apple Invites, users can create and easily share invitations, RSVP, contribute to shared albums, and engage with Apple Music playlists. That's cool. Collaborative playlists, like that's very cool to me. I think that should just be a thing, even without this Apple app. Starting today, users can download Apple Invites from the App Store, and this was put out on the 4th. So starting on the 4th. Let's see here. Starting on the 4th, users can download Apple Invites from the App Store or access it on the web through iCloud. iCloud Plus subscribers can create invitations, and anyone can RSVP regardless of whether they have an Apple account or Apple device. This is kind of like, this is kind of like when they took the iCloud service to the web. It made those things accessible to everyone who, even if you didn't have an Apple device. With Apple Invites, an event comes to life from the moment the invitation is created. and users can share lasting memories even after they get together, said Brent Chu Watson, Apple's Senior Director of Worldwide Product Marketing for Apps and Cloud. Apple Invites brings together capabilities our users already know and love across iPhone, iCloud, and Apple Music, making it easy to plan special events. All right, so they have housewarming party. Okay, so this is going to be big, I think. I think there's certain parts of this is going to be big, which is going to make the whole app big in and of itself. And I think one of the biggest parts of this is going to be that shared playlist. I want to use that. Like, I don't care about any of this other stuff, but a shared playlist is pretty interesting. Very interesting. DeepSeek suspends API usage. Let's dive into that. This is a story I thought was interesting just because they decided that. Oh, let's get here. I think this is the DeepSeek thing. API usage was interesting because of their angle of we're affordable, and you can use our stuff is open source, and anyone can use it to create their own thing. But this right here kind of like flies in the face of that a little bit, and I'm gonna have to get away from Reuters here. Okay. All right, so we have DeepSeek has temporarily. This is coming from U.S. News. .com. DeepSeek has temporarily suspended API service top-ups, a platform that allows developers of other models to integrate its AI models due to severe resource constraints. Its website showed Thursday. So this is yesterday. The Chinese AI upstart has in the past 2 weeks faced server issues due to server resource constraints. Its website showed Thursday. The Chinese AI upstart has in the past 2 weeks faced server issues due to the high traffic spurred by the global clamor. So this is basically just server overload, restricting API usage, restricting calls to their servers. Because once you give people open source stuff for free, everyone's going to use it. So I think this is just a temporary thing for them. I didn't find anything that said how long this would last for, but they're just calling it a temporary suspension of API service. So if you are, or if any developer right now is using DeepSeek and using it for their own reasons, creating their own models off of it, those apps are going to have to make API calls, and those won't be completed right now, as reported here by U.S. News. I think that's interesting because, like I said, it's a free service, so not having that is going to take those people who were saying, okay, we're banking on being able to use that to other places because work still has to get done. That may hurt them a little bit, maybe not. We'll see in the long run. All right, the last thing we got here is Gemini 2.0. So the last thing I want to talk about is Gemini being widely available to everybody. We talked about it on Wednesday's show a little bit when I talked about Gemini deep research. Let's go here. This is the experimental branch right here, but that's not what we're looking for. For free. Okay. All right. So I thought I had that story up here, but I do not have that story up. And I, in a quick search, did not pull the same story I was looking up. So I may have to cancel that story until the next live I do. Yeah. So I can't pull that story up that I had on Google. I had a story pulled up of all the stats for the new Google release. So essentially, basically, it was a stats page showing the pricing tier for Google's AI, showing that the 2.0 Flash version of Gemini, which is their latest model, the 2.0 model, is out now for everyone to use for free. So if you just go to Gemini.com or just type in Gemini, Google Gemini to your search browser, anyone can go there and use the new Gemini 2.0 Flash tool for free. The Pro is still going to be 2.0 Pro is still going to be for the paying subscription customers. But long story short, that's going to be a thing that's available to everybody. And the deep research feature won't be available though. I'm trying to figure out when that's going to be available to everybody. So that would be a kind of a cool feature to have for most people. Will we get a Saturday recap show, says Aaron. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to do a recap show on Saturday still. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and I'll do a recap on Saturdays. So that's still going to happen for the show here. All right, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't find that last story there. That sucked a little bit. I had that queued up. Like I said, we'll find that and have that on the next show. Maybe, actually, I'll just talk about that tomorrow on the week in review show. Thanks everyone for joining me this week. I appreciate you for the Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and Friday show. I think this is going well. I like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday format. Saturdays is kind of chill. We're just going over what we went over during the week, so it's just a chill way for us to get together and kind of just talk and get just a recap for stuff. And for people who couldn't join the week show or the show during the week because it's kind of early, they can join the Saturday show. But that's another reason why I'm going to do a poll too, to see if we can do that a little bit later, to see if people want it a little bit later in the day. Kind of like, because I'm realizing that some news is still developing when I'm doing the show, and then I get done doing the show and news will break, and then I'm like, oh, now I gotta wait till tomorrow or Friday or the couple of days to talk about that. When, if I did it a little bit later, maybe I could catch some more news coming out and then talk about it right after it happens, kind of thing. We'll see. Oh, sorry about that, Dr. Lane. This might be the last live stream. Victim of federal RTO. No doubt. I appreciate you for whenever you could join, or if you can join in the future, that would be greatly appreciated. And I totally understand, man. And thanks for your support for sure. I really appreciate all the engagement you've had too as well. Priceless. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you to everyone else who's watched the show. I appreciate all the members, all the crew that comes to the live chats. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. You're the best. You're the best. Again, I will be doing a show tomorrow as a weekly wrap up, but until then, after that, the next show will be Monday. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a very good weekend. TGIF, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. But if not tomorrow, I will see you all Monday. Have a good one. That didn't work. Oh boy, it still didn't work. Peace. Oh, it still didn't work. All right, peace.